Gulf Coast Mornings, Uncle Henry here with you on News Radio 710 WNTM and 99.5 FM The Jag. Thank you for listening to Gulf Coast Mornings. This morning, a departure from the ordinary. As this hour, we're visited by two prominent citizens, one of them a prominent Mobile citizen, known nationwide, perhaps internationally, and also a prominent Satsuma citizen, known certainly in Criolla, Satsuma, parts of Chickasaw.
Yes, parts of Chickasaw.
Killer Beaz is back on the show after several years. Killer Beaz, thank you for coming in.
Uncle Henry, good to see you, buddy. I needed my therapy session with you, so thanks for working me in.
Good to see you. And Jon Miller, the filmmaker, the musician out of Satsuma, Alabama. Jon Miller, good morning to you.
Good morning, Uncle Henry. It's always great to be here with you.
Now, the last time I talked to Jon Miller, he was working with Bo McGraw on all of these movies, and it looks like you've upgraded.
Yes.
You've upgraded to Killer Beaz.
We've upgraded.
Well, how about that?
We have Killer Beaz in this new movie. It's another Bo McGraw movie, but Killer Beaz plays actually two parts in this movie. He plays an alien expert / author, as well as an extra-terrestrial himself.
That's right. It was quite a stretch for me. It was a chance for me to spread my acting wings.
Yes, absolutely.
If you will,
This is
and
Oscar
go
material.
with the two roles in one major motion picture. So it was challenging, but oh so rewarding.
Wonderful. Now, we're going to talk this hour about the movie. Jon Miller, the name of the movie is?
The name of the movie is Bo and the UFO.
Bo and the UFO. That's easy to remember.
Yes.
And
You
that's
can say it without front teeth, too. Bo and the UFO.
That helps. It helps.
See, this all ties into the Satsuma upbringing.
Yes.
Now, where this is premiering this weekend, where can people see this?
We're going to be down at the Gulf Quest. The Gulf Quest has a theater, and we're going to be there at 1 o'clock on Saturday, and we're going to be showing the movie there, and Killer will be there, and our buddy Steve Jenks will be there, Bo McGraw. And did you not know that the Gulf Quest had a theater?
I always make that face when people bring up the Gulf Quest due to the tax investment of the Gulf Quest.
Well, we're excited.
And now it's paying off.
Yes, it is.
Because now there's a big drawing event going on there. It'll be right there in the shadow of the Carnival Fantasy.
We're going to get right into all the particulars right after traffic and weather together on the 9s as we continue.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and...
All right, Facebook viewers, we're in the traffic and weather break. We're going to be back on the radio in 90 seconds with more from Killer Beaz and Jon Miller and the premiere of this movie. Killer Beaz, is it fun to work with Jon Miller?
It is both fun and rewarding and inspiring. The work ethic and the attention to detail that he puts into his projects, not to mention just the plain old creativity and the pay. OMG.
Really?
Dude, I'm talking about you jump a tax bracket when you do a Jon Miller movie, but, you know, that's part of paying dues. Mm-hmm. So my other favorite uncle, Sam one, gets his cut.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun to do, man. I love Jon's creativity, and I love the fun movies that we're getting to do. So I'm enjoying the dog out of it.
Okay.
We got to go to a dirt pit in Criolla.
We went to a dirt pit, and it wasn't. Let me tell you something. It was not just a dirt pit. It was also almost like an archaeological dig.
Yes.
Almost like we found dinosaur bones.
We found some bones.
All right.
We found bones.
This is wonderful. All right, stand by. We're about to go back on the radio. There are some poor, pitiful people that are restricted to radio, and we want to save some of this for them. So here we go.
710 WNTM. Kelly Bennett and Uncle Henry, like two lumps of sugar in the morning. This is Gulf Coast Mornings on News Radio 710 WNTM.
We're back here on News Radio 710 WNTM, Uncle Henry with Jon Miller and Killer Beaz talking about the premiere of Bo and the UFO this this movie debuting. When is this going to be shown at the Gulf Quest Maritime Museum?
It's this Saturday at 1 o'clock. We'll be at the Gulf Quest Theater. And one great thing about the Gulf Quest is free parking. You have free parking downtown.
Okay, that is a plus. So what can we expect if we show up
Yes.
at 1 o'clock to see this film? What will we see in Bo and the UFO?
Okay, so the idea of it is really kind of going back to some of the movies that I loved when I was a kid, being the Ernest movies. And so, Ernest P. Worrell, Jim Varney.
Yes.
And kind of we have this lovable redneck character in a situation we hope is family friendly, but also very entertaining. And so last year we had him looking for Bigfoot. And this year, we have him finding an extraterrestrial.
And Killer Beaz, talk about you play two roles, you told us. Tell us a little bit about your aspects of this film.
Well, the first shot I did, I have not seen the movie. I don't know where the edit turned out. So I don't know in what order my characters add, because I'm multidimensional, evidently. But I play a UFO expert at one point in time. I'm the Carl Sagan of the GED generation, if you will.
Yes.
And part of it. And then I return in another scene as an actual extraterrestrial who's delivering a message to Bo McGraw from the mother ship. And that scene took place at the now infamous dirt pit in Satsuma, where off the air we were telling we had found bones during our shoot.
So and
it's discerning to find bones that have trousers on them.
Oh,
that is so weird. I'm like, the belt, that's a good looking belt buckle, but there were bones.
But the good thing is they weren't fresh.
They were not
look like
fresh,
they'd been
but
there
they
a
were
little
not
while.
old enough that you would touch them.
Right.
They're in
That
that
makes sense,
awkward
yeah.
age. You understand what I'm saying?
they're in the do we call the cops
Right.
range or not?
Yeah, and are we standing too close?
Okay.
So it was that.
So how did you decide to call Killer Beaz and get him involved in this?
Well, now, he was in our first movie, Bo McGraw and the Legend of the Alabama Bigfoot.
That is correct.
And he
I
did
played-
such a great job with that.
Oh, I was a cryptozoologist.
Oh.
I wear lots of hats. Uncle Henry, I wear many hats.
You
dude.
really do.
I wear many
You're
hats.
so versatile.
I am, because I'm a giver. So, and now, aren't we going to do, isn't there a recap, a slight reprise, if you will?
Yeah,
reprise
we're gonna have a short recap of the first movie to play at the beginning.
Okay.
So it's a 2-for-1. It's
A 2
really
for
a
one, yes.
double bang for your buck.
Okay.
And we've cut the ticket price down from $40.
Yes.
It is no longer $40
If you
because
act now.
we're in Mobile.
Okay.
New
well,
York
thank
is going to
you.
be $40.
Thank you. What will the ticket price be?
It'll be $5. Uncle
Okay.
Henry.
So $5.
Yeah.
This
I didn't know that. I didn't even know there was a ticket price.
there. Yes.
Now you're finding out.
So $5 Saturday. Now, do you have to pay the Gulf Quest additional admission to get in?
No, it's you're going to have access just to the movie theater. So
Okay.
$5 gets you in.
So $5 Saturday, 1 o'clock. Stand by. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get more in depth on Bo and the UFO. Learn more from Killer Beaz about Jon Miller, working with Jon Miller. All of that coming up as we continue here on Gulf Coast Mornings.
His scene as the expert was the one with Cat Certain. So he got to.
Oh, that is right.
Okay, so we are right now. We're just on Facebook. The pitiful people listening on the radio are being forced to hear whatever it is that they're hearing. We're going to be back on the radio in a moment. So, Killer Beaz, how are things going? I mean, we out in the hallway. One of our employees was talking about seeing you on the Discovery Channel.
Correct. Yeah, I am. My workload is really big right
Good.
now. It's for 30. This is my 38th year of being a professional comedian. And so right now I am involved with Carnival Cruise Lines. I signed a deal with them 3.5 years ago. And Monday I got back home from my cruise number 142, performing all over the Caribbean and the Gulf with them and the Atlantic. I'm also still doing my tour on land. I'll be in San Francisco August 23rd, of all things, at a winery in a amphitheater at a winery, my 5th time to sell that out.
Right.
But the cool thing is I'm on the Discovery Channel on a show called Moonshiners. I'm going into my 4th season on that show. And I got to tell you, man, the covert distillation of non-taxable artisan spirits in an undisclosed location is absolutely fascinating to me. There's so much chemistry and physics that goes into that it's just dumbfounding. And the guys on the show, the hillbillies, are absolute geniuses. There is so much science that the process they go through is amazing. So I play the role of Killer Beaz, the comedian. I play myself, and for my first 2 seasons, I was a broker and did high-dollar deals with celebrities out of Nashville. Then last season, they brought me in as an apprentice, and now they're teaching me to make moonshine. So on the upcoming season, we'll be tweaking my recipe, and there'll be, I don't know what all, I cannot really divulge. So.
Okay. Congratulations, Killer
That's
Beaz.
Discovery Channel. Thanks, man. That's a pretty cool network. And that's
just the fact that here you are, you mentioned your 38th year, and it sounds like you're as busy as you've ever been.
I'm the busiest I have ever been, and a big part of that is my lifestyle.
Okay.
You know, years ago, way back when I was a hotshot gunslinger, Killer Beaz, I was partying more than I should, and I was out just having fun at it. And so I have re-looked at the way several years back that I conduct myself and my professionalism and whatever, and my spiritualism, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And I tell y'all, prayer works. Wow. And when you do the right things and when you have faith, God will give you all kinds of opportunities, which he tried to give me for all my years. And a lot of times I was in my own way. So that's a big part of it, man. That really and truly is mindset, sobriety, and faith, and having him walk with you so you're unafraid to try new things.
Well, it makes sense that you are connected now to the very wholesome Jon Miller, who is
he's driving me crazy. Very wholesome. Good Lord.
Now,
a test of his sobriety.
And I'm a little, the idea that somebody that we along the Gulf Coast are very aware of how outstanding you are at stand-up. The idea that Carnival has somebody at your skill level kind of shocks me, because I don't think when I go on a cruise that I'm going to get somebody as good as you. You know what I mean?
I do know exactly what you mean. And they had tried to get me for several years, and I sort of had that same mindset. But they really and truly have revamped their comedians. They have a comedy club in each ship called the Punchliner, and it is now the largest comedy club chain in the world. And they have brought in seasoned veterans. There's cats out there that I used to open for who are bone crushers. So they have upped their game.
Wow,
so chances are you're going to see a very seasoned professional comedian.
Well, I figured that it must be. If you're doing it, then it's different from what I encountered like 25 years ago.
Correct.
Right, we're about to go back on the radio for the poor, pitiful people that are listening on radio. Stand by. Here we go.
Billy Bennett and Uncle Henry, making mornings twice as good. This is Gulf Coast Mornings on News Radio 710 WNTM.
We're back here, Uncle Henry, on News Radio 710 WNTM 99.5 FM The Jag, with Jon Miller, the local filmmaker and musician, and Killer Beaz. I don't even know how to describe Killer Beaz. Killer Beaz is here. Jon Miller, it's you could have, no offense to you, but you could have just sent Killer Beaz.
I should have.
But I do have questions for Jon Miller that Killer Beaz probably can't answer. Now, one of the questions is this new movie, Bo and the UFO, that premieres Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Gulf Quest, featuring Killer Beaz in the movie, is this going to soon be available on Amazon Prime?
Yes, very soon it will be available on Amazon Prime. And so anybody who has a Prime membership will be able to go and check it out and watch it. And we're also, next week, we've been accepted into a film festival in Mississippi, and so it'll show at I think it's called Festival South in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Okay. Killer Beaz, it's another big thing for the resume to be in a Mississippi Film Festival.
Yes,
right?
it is, as a matter of fact. So, and I just got to tell you, there's so much fun doing these projects with Jon. He allows me room for improvisation and is very, very open to the ideas. Sometimes he'll accept something I come up with, sometimes not. But he's great to work with like that. So that's very cool.
Well, we have a lot of fun on these projects, and I think that's one of the reasons why we enjoy working with each other is because, there's a lot of laughs that happen in between takes. And
Yeah, there is.
I mean,
Yeah,
some of the
is.
funnier stuff doesn't even end up in the movie.
And that's always the case when you're on camera, man. And that just makes it so much fun.
Yeah.
And Stephen Jinks does such a great job as the Beau McGraw characters. Now, it's his movie. It's about him. My parts are small in the movie, but I enjoy doing them. So it's a lot of fun.
So,
And we did find bones.
now, I want to ask
there's
again to Jon Miller about the reaction. The Beau McGraw and the Alabama Bigfoot movie has been available on Amazon Prime. Anybody that wants to watch it can go on Amazon Prime and look for it. Tell us about the reaction. It's a year. It's been a year.
Yes.
So what has the year been like? What kind of reaction from people on Amazon?
Well, it's been great. It's been a good year, and we've had a few people that were very annoyed by the movie. They said that we
But that's
made,
just us.
yes, exactly. They said that we made the state of Alabama look bad.
Oh, now that with the
But,
news, with the news the way it
but,
is all the time, that's hard to imagine.
But the tagline to this new movie is "They traveled from deep space to the deep south."
Okay.
And so now our redneck Beau McGraw has got to help this extraterrestrial get back on his flying saucer before the Men in Black show up.
Now, Killer Beaz, you told us in a previous segment that you play two roles. It's a big stretch for your acting ability as you play two different parts in the movie. You play an extraterrestrial? Tell us about that.
Well, don't want to spill the beans real bad, but I'm probably one of the most intellectual sounding aliens that you would ever see, ever want to see.
We took a little inspiration from Robin Williams.
We did. Oh, that's right. Yes, we did, kind of.
The
We sure
Mork and
did.
Mindy character.
There were props involved as well. Googly eyes.
Well, tell
Very
us.
endearing. If I'm going to say so myself, I was the most endearing creepazoid.
That's okay. Without giving too much away, the getting in costume or makeup for the alien, is there costuming and makeup involved?
It took about 8 hours each day of filming just to prepare myself.
Will
A
people?
lot of that was in the bathroom, though, because
will
I'm elderly, so that was part of it.
will local people familiar with you be able to recognize you as the alien?
I am going to have to say yes, probably
Okay.
because of the sound of my voice, if nothing else.
That you do have a distinctive way
I could
of
never be a
expressing
prank
yourself.
phone caller.
Right.
So there's that.
He makes the cover of the movie as the alien, so you can actually see a
Oh.
picture of him as the
Okay.
alien.
Yeah, I'm on the poster.
Yes,
so,
he is. He's on the poster, very prominent.
So there's that as well. I showed somebody a picture of the poster, by the way, on a ship the other day, and they thought that Beau was Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay.
Oh, you're in a movie with Cable
Well,
Guy,
hey,
and I
that's
just sat
good.
there.
Maybe some people will mistake our movie for being a movie.
Well,
with Larry the
I
Cable
was
Guy.
about to say that's not a bad thing.
Accidental money is just as good as
It works.
regular old pre.
Now, Jon Miller told me that when the Bigfoot movie went on Amazon Prime, he also got contacted by Bigfoot aficionados, people that are very serious about Bigfoot. Are you prepared? Because there's even more people out there that are very serious about UFOs. Are you prepared for what they're going to say?
I guess I'm going to have to be prepared for that.
Killer Beaz, do you believe in UFOs? Do you think
Maybe. Seeing how I was from one recently.
He's still in character.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm a general skeptic of all things,
Thank
to be
you.
honest with you.
Thank you. I'm also a
So-
skeptic. on on the topic of UFOs?
I'm a skeptic on the topic of Bigfoot as well, even though I play an expert on TV.
Okay, I'm
And
so
the
Just
glad.
how good his
movies.
acting skills are.
That's how good, yeah. So, see, I'm a skeptic, but I know a lot of the Bigfoot people as well. I know the cast members from Finding Bigfoot from that series that was on
I
for so
love that
long.
show.
So,
Okay, that we could do a separate show on just Killer Beaz telling me about that. I'm fascinated by all of that. All right, look, we've got a timeout here for traffic, weather, news headlines, all of that. When we come back, more with Killer Beaz and Jon Miller talking about this movie, Bo and the UFO. The public invited to attend the premiere Saturday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the Gulf Quest Maritime Museum.
Johnny
Right,
Gwynn
we
just
are
wrote me.
we are in a break. Johnny Gwynn, another notable Mobilian. He
Yeah,
texted
says-
you.
He says they are listening to you.
Okay.
The alien people, I guess.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sure
okay.
they are. I'm sure they are. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what kind of reaction you get from the UFO people.
did you? So you
You
got
ever see that guy with the
complaints?
wild hair? You know, on the
Yeah, I've
ancient
seen him.
aliens.
Yeah, big poked out.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, I got a guy. He it was funny. He said the movie was good, except that at the end we should have brought in the real experts.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, I thought to myself, I was like, wait, did I miss something? Did they actually find Bigfoot? And I'm unaware.
yes.
There's a real expert.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is all. Now, Killer Beaz. Are you like me that you're impressed that a guy in Satsuma has a connection with Amazon where he can crank out virtually anything he wants and get it up there on Amazon and
Yeah.
make cash off of it?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
very cool, man.
That's impressive.
And I'm impressed with the editing and the way that the movies get put together, man. That amazes me. So that you're quite welcome, dude. That is a very neat thing to see the way you just make all that happen, where you turn our little snippets into a cohesive continuity, strong story. That's very neat. That's very cool,
appreciate
man. I
that.
wish I had
Yeah.
that skill level.
We and I think that's why I enjoy doing these so much, is because there's a lot of laughter and it's a lot of fun to do, and it's fun to go back and try to make it work the best way you can, and as far as like piecing it all together.
Well, you do good at that. That's very impressive to me.
Killer Beaz,
So-
it was just a few years ago that he was really working hard on serious documentaries and now has degenerated into Bo and the UFO.
We call that giving up.
Yes,
That's what
yes.
that's called in the business. Is just throwing up your hands and going, okay, whatever.
This is what the people want, I guess.
We'll just go with that.
This is
We'll
the kinda
just
crap
do
you want.
anything. So that's and not that there's anything wrong
Right.
with throwing in the towel,
Right.
if you will.
Well, I'm kind of a monument to that in this city. I've last few years has been what happens when you give up.
You
Take a
know,
look.
I'm writing a book called "How I Learned to Give Up and Win."
Oh,
That
nice.
is that is the working title on my memoirs.
Okay.
Did I say that right? Is it
Yes, you
memoirs?
did. Yes, you did for this town. Now, did
It's
you
not. Is it memoirs?
something like that? I
I
don't.
don't think it's an English word.
Now, you mentioned something about San Francisco.
Yes.
How are you received on the West Coast?
Depending on where on the West Coast, very well. The August 23rd gig is outside of San Jose, which is on the outskirts of San Francisco, at a winery called Clola Shantz.
Okay.
And it has a big, giant amphitheater, and the big dinosaur country music station, KRTY, that is in San Jose, sponsors these shows. Well, the KRTY people are fans of mine. I talk to them every week. I'll call them and we'll do stuff on the air, and they've sponsored my show for 5 years in a row now.
Oh, okay. So
And
you've got a fan base there.
So I have a fan base there. So we've sold it out 5 years in a row. So we fly out and spend 2 or 3 days on the West Coast, do the giant redwood trees, go down and do the drive from Monterey up to Half Moon Bay along the West Coast Highway, and do our shows and fly home. And it is an absolute, really, really fun, cool trip. But once again, it's one of those things that it took cultivating for decades to be able to do it. So in case y'all do not realize I'm an overnight success, it was only a 38-year flash in the pan overnight success.
Every time I see Killer Beaz, I remind him, probably to his irritation, about the time I saw him in Mobile, Jon Miller. And he did a show where he had like a stomach bug or appendicitis or something, but he was like laying down in between
in
shows.
The parking
do you remember
lot
this?
In the car, I do.
Wow.
I honestly do, man. That's 34, 35 years ago.
It was an amazing thing because if you're there in the audience, you have no clue that he's as sick as a dog.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. There was an era 34 years ago where a lot of us in town saw Killer Beaz every chance we could get as he came through during that comedy club boom of the time.
That's right. The first club at that location on Government Boulevard was the Punchline.
Yes.
That was a chain out of Atlanta. Then it later became the Mobile Comedy Lounge. Mm-hmm. And it was near the Whataburger.
Exactly, yes.
So that was really, really a neat thing. I met my wife there. Uh-huh. I came in as an opening act way back in old-timey days, and she was working there as a hostess. And so then that's how we met, and then our paths crossed several years later when she was managing a comedy club in Jackson, Mississippi. So
she's got to be thrilled with all the work you've got these days.
Oh yeah, and she owns the company that books me, and so she has other comics that she books, and she has some comics that she has submitted to Carnival Cruise Lines as well. So she's busy. So she doesn't get to go do the cruises as often as I do. She's done 22 of them with me. Wow. So I'm only ahead of her by 120. So Saturday after the movie airs, I will get on the Carnival Fantasy. I will walk across the parking lot onto the ship and head to the Yucatan Peninsula. So that's what my schedule's like. I don't get to go to the champagne reception that they're doing. Champagne. I'm sorry, I mispronounced it.
I know it's hard.
It's called Hawaiian Punch.
I know it's hard work, and it's taken decades to get there. But what a great situation where you earn the cash by just standing up in front of people and telling them things you've thought of that you think are funny.
And you know what's cool? I've learned to be so thankful for that and to recognize it. There were so many years, man, when it was just the struggle, right. the race, and suddenly I have realized that, wait a minute, look where I'm at and what I'm getting to do. And I get so much joy and satisfaction out of that. Somebody asked me one time, they go, what's on your bucket list? And I drew a blank. Gee, dude, I don't know. I make people laugh and smile for a living. I used to work in a 911 ambulance. I don't know if you knew that.
I remember that, yes.
Right, and this is a total exact emotional level when I get off work.
We're about to go back on the radio. We're going to remind people of why you're here. We have new listeners tuning in, so stand by. It's in Daphne, Mobile, and Bay Minette. You can find him online at advanceddermclinic.com. advanceddermclinic.com.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Back on News Radio 710 WNTM, Uncle Henry here with Jon Miller, the filmmaker and musician, and Killer Beaz, the comedian.
An actor. We can say that now.
Yes.
Now we can go actor.
Actor, comedian. And are you going to write a book? Are you going to be author also?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly. We're looking toward that.
So
I'm going to have help doing that because I don't type well.
Okay. Now, Jon Miller and Killer Beaz are here to talk about the premiere of Bo and the UFO. It's another local movie made by Jon Miller that you can see the premiere coming up Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Gulf Quest, $5 admission.
Yes.
Now, when we show up to see the movie, are you two going to speak before or after the movie?
Yeah, we'll speak a little bit before the movie and kind of let everybody know, a little bit about the movie and maybe let them ask any questions that they might have. But this is what we call a micro-budget movie, Uncle Henry. I don't know if you've ever...
I'm familiar with what that means,
okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so, but the fun thing about this is that we've pulled together whatever resources we have to make this movie, and it's really been a lot of fun to put it together, and I think people will enjoy it. I think they will overlook a lot of the flaws for the entertainment value that we're bringing to them.
Now, Killer Beaz, you told us earlier this hour you have not seen the final cut.
That is correct. So I will be on the edge of my seat if I get a seat. Decorum dictates that when we sell this show out, that those of us who are the elite, pampered, upper echelon members of society will give our seats to the less fortunate.
And I think if we block off enough seats, we will sell out. We just have to block out,
If we have that one row to sell out, dude,
we can do it.
Yeah,
easy.
Well, I went to the premiere of the Bigfoot movie, and there were so many family members and friends of Jon Miller and Stephen Jenks. It was close to a sellout.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't
we could guilt
potluck.
them into coming again.
It was like the reunion they have out at Lake Satsuma.
People were holding chicken legs. It was pretty good.
All right, so and for people that just tuned in, this is obviously a fun movie about Beau McGraw, that character, meeting aliens from another planet.
Yes, and they can go to beaumcgraw.com. We have a clip. People can check it out and see what it's all about. And like you said earlier, Beau McGraw and the Legend of the Alabama Bigfoot is on Amazon Prime right now if they want to check that out.
All right. How does it to work with Amazon? When you think of Beau and the UFO, it's automatically accepted by Amazon. Nobody has to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Well, it does have to go through a screening process, but basically you have certain requirements that you have to meet, and so once you meet those requirements, you're able to get through.
Killer Beaz was professionally giving me hand signals. So where do you have to leave?
We have to boat, sir.
Now, is it for another radio station?
It is not. We would never do that to you.
Then that's okay. You need to go do TV or something?
Correct.
Yes. Okay, well,
TV
please feel free. You can scoot on out even right now. But thank you both for coming in.
Thank you for having us on. We appreciate it.
Uncle Henry, I love you. Good to see you again.
I love you, too. You inspire me.
You inspire me, baby.
I haven't actually acted on the inspiration.
No, we'll say that,
But you have inspired me.
Putting work in is overrated.
Beau and the UFO, Saturday, 1 o'clock, Gulf Quest Maritime Museum. Killer Beaz will be there with Jon Miller. Hope to see you there.
Hey, love you, man.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Dean McCrary Kia Traffic Center.
If you are traveling on the westbound side of I-10 through Santa Rosa County, we do have an accident blocking the right lane at mile marker 37. That is a little bit before Milton, so look for that. Backups have gotten pretty thick there. It's about a mile or so worth of slowing. Continuing further west across the Bayway, no